Broadcasting live from the Subaru of Gwinnett studio in Atlanta, it's time for Gwinnett Chambers' monthly radio show, Open for Business.
And now we welcome Duke Smith of Rottweiler Systems, Security, and Rottweiler. They seem to go together, Duke.
Well, thank you.
Tell us a little bit about how Rottweiler became the name of your company.
It actually came driven from what I would not want to run into if I was going to break into someplace.
That's a good job.
I knew enough about the character of a Rottweiler that they're very defensive of their owner. And so that's what started Rottweiler, and I had no idea the traction a person can get on the web with a name like that.
So what tipped the balance for you when you found that out?
All of a sudden, I started to seeing hundreds of people on our website looking at what we do and how we do it, and it was just a matter of time to try to analyze what are you here for and why. And so we are always addressing those couple of questions when it comes to customers.
Security can mean so much to so many people. What are the services that you can provide?
The big thing that we provide is the intelligence behind the system. So we're not just parts installers, like a lot of companies are. They advertise one thing, but after that installer is left, you get nothing more than a monthly bill. And in our world, what we're driven by is to make sure that you have the intelligence. Are you actually seeing what was transpiring in your system? So it looks a lot sometimes like it's just arming and disarming, but when you leave your house and you drive a certain distance, we can notify you that your system is disarmed. We can do it in multiple people if two people are in this home. But the bigger thing and what really drove me in that market 10 years ago is I could notify as many people as I wanted to by a text message.
Wow.
So 10 years ago, that was not a common thing.
Certainly.
And we're still 5 years ahead of just about everybody out there because they don't understand what the value of the intelligence of what's happening in your property.
The technology has just blossomed, it would seem. The technology aspect of security systems has just blossomed, it would seem.
Correct. It now is another technology platform. So several years ago, it was a box on a wall with a keypad that nobody really understood what it was telling you.
Yeah,
and
bedroom here was this line, and bathroom was that line, and living room was that line. And
oh, yeah. And so we took a whole different approach to it with what were the common threats. And to do that, we went to the insurance agents and said, okay, tell us where your losses are. Because if you tell us where your losses are, we can build a platform and offer that to our client so that they don't experience that kind of a loss.
Okay.
See, and so it brought value. And does it cost the same as everyone else offers? Yes, it does.
Okay.
So it's a much, much better value for the dollar.
We're talking about security for the home, but security for business can be an aspect as well. I know you're involved in business phone security kind of thing?
We're all over the board on this.
Yeah.
It's I have a background of coming into the phone industry where I started with cord boards.
Okay.
So that transition from cord boards to now where we put in voice over IP systems and link them together and record all the calls or some of the calls or just one call and email that and draw out that information that's happening within your business, right? Because that's what it's about. You're gonna get this to pay for itself by information that you're going to draw from it. So on surveillance alone, we now can tell you where people congregate. And so since we know where they congregate, we have to find out a little bit why are they congregating there. Mm-hmm. And then you can address why or what product you want to sell there or where you want to take them.
So many businesses obviously are looking at cloud-based solutions. Do you find that they wonder why keep servicing phone systems?
Absolutely. And you would think that there's this mass exodus from the closet to the cloud. What we discovered was, and we had to try to figure out, because about intelligence, right? Why are some of them coming back out of the cloud? Mm-hmm. And so then we started looking at the demographics, and about 30% of all companies that go to the cloud come screaming away from the cloud. So what we did was we analyzed what was good in the cloud and brought that to the closet.
Okay.
So we offloaded the responsibility of the unexpected costs of hardware and just provided that hardware in the closet on their behalf, and the fees are the same.
We're talking with Duke Smith of Rottweiler Systems. Security is top of mind here, and we touched on this a moment ago about systems changing and so forth. What are some of the things that are available to people that they don't know about that they should know about?
Great question. There's a lot of things. For example, one of the common themes that often happens, usually when we have an active shooter or event or something like that, is how can we protect our employees? Mm-hmm. And so the question is okay, what technology is there that we can embrace? And one of those areas is within card access. So card access now has an app and it works. Right? So all I have to do is with a push of a button on an iPhone or a Droid, it locks all the building down. But I can quickly, with my phone, determine who came through what door and who the card holder was. And then you have the app for the surveillance system, and it's all welded together. But it's all about understanding that within the demographics of your business, there is information that you can mine off of that actually is profitable information. And you can take that same business that you have that used to spend money on those items, and now you're recovering that and actually improvement to the bottom line.
How do security systems and public safety outlets, police, sheriff, that kind of thing, how do they coordinate? Because it seems, you can look on the news these days and there's some sort of video surveillance that is going to help in identifying someone. So how do security systems and public safety people work together?
All right, so here's a great example. One of the things when a crime event happens, oftentimes the officers will look for cameras that are positioned someplace and see if they can get some data off of that camera system. Now, the problem that you have often is that people buy cheap hardware thinking they can get lots of mileage off of it. And so you often see on TV displayed, have you seen this person? And everybody looks at it and says, I couldn't tell them from a...
Quite blurry, right?
Yeah, it's bad imagery. But it doesn't take that much more to get really good imagery. But you got to know what you're doing. And the problem is, companies are out there, they're there to sell a box system. Yeah, they're not a solution provider.
Good tip. Duke, how can people connect with you?
They can get us either through the web at mysecuritydog.com. Our office number is 770-529-5678. And my email address is dukes@mysecuritydog.com.
My Security Dog is a Rottweiler, right?
Correct.
Very good. Duke, thanks very much.